In 2000, Kurt Busch became a rookie sensation in the NASCAR Truck Series for Roush Racing. During the season, he won 4 races and finished second in the championship to teammate Greg Biffle. Late in 2000, Busch was promoted to Roush's Cup Series team as a replacement for Chad Little and was retained for 2001. As a result, Roush Racing needed a new driver in the Truck Series. This caused them to hire Nathan Hosley. However, he failed to finish better than 10th place through 14 races, and Hosley got released. This meant that a new driver had to be hired, which brought in Kurt's younger brother Kyle Busch, who was winning races in the Las Vegas, Nevada area. Busch was scheduled to do 7 races for Roush in 2001.
Now here's the 99 truck coming up through the field. In practice today, let me back up before practice. This young man in the 99 is the younger brother of Kurt Busch. He is Kyle Busch, who is 16 years, 3 months, and 1 day of age. He turned 16 back on May 2nd. Man, do I feel old. This young man is impressive. He has run 10 late model stock car races at Las Vegas. He has won 5 of them, finished second and third in 2 more. Came here tonight for his first ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race, Phil. He was second quickest in practice, 3rd overall in the session. Went out to qualify and had trouble.
Well, he sure did. He unfortunately got up against the wall and made some pretty hard contact against the inside wall. But the Roush guy grabbed the back of the truck, put it together, and he said he was pretty confident. You know, all their trucks are the same, and he's making some great moves. He actually came in during that caution flag for Scott Ridge's actually rear end problem and topped off with fuel and put left side tires on. So he has a little bit fresher tires right now than most of the field.
We're talking about the Eldon Ford driver, Kyle Busch, younger brother of Kurt Busch, who was a runner-up in the points a year ago. Another truck that it turns 1 and 2. That's Billy Bigley.
Back off. You got to practice.
You hear the spotters talking to their drivers, trying to get them to slow down. There is contact here on lap 48. Bringing out caution for the second time in Bigley's truck. That all began back in turn 1 a moment ago when his truck got loose, got up against the wall, and then came down across the racetrack in front of the 73 machine of Sammy Reagan.
There was a big pack of trucks coming off of turn 4, Doc, and they got 3 wide. They went down into turn 1, and this is pretty much the result. We talked about how tough this racetrack is to run side by side. They were 3 wide going down into turn 1, and unfortunately, Billy's going to pay the price.
Well, Billy Bigley trying to bring the 73, 75 truck down to Mark Blessing and company. Wayne and Connie Spears there.
Probably would be safe to do 4.
There's Kyle Busch. We're told he may have had some.
We're 1 lap down. We got to wait 1 more.
Very similar situation to what Joe Ruttman. Rick tried. Ooh, a lot of contact. Sprague's going around.
Sprague goes around. Kyle Busch gets him straightened back up. And no, well, the caution will come out now. And Sprague gets it going again, but there is damage in the left front of the Net Zero Chevrolet, and caution will be on the racetrack for the 3rd time today. There's a 99 of Kyle Busch. Is there some damage up front?
Slow it down. No pressure from behind.
A lot of damage to the left front fender of Jack Sprague's truck. A little bit of damage to the left rear, right in front of the rear tire.
And Kyle Busch got his truck turned left. Actually, he's the one that got Sprague straightened back up.
I could not believe Kyle was able to get stopped without really drilling Jack Sprague. A great heads-up job by this youngster.
And looks to be minimal, if any, damage whatsoever on the Eldon Ford for Kyle Busch.
Good job. Good job.
Boy, a 16-year-old that drives like he's 29.
At least.
We couldn't get the one up there unless they use that access road.
Here again's what happened a moment ago in turn 1.
They went down in the corner. Watch Kyle Busch right there. He made that little bit of contact right there. Not a great deal of contact. That's what did damage to Jack Sprague's left front fender, though. But Jack got in the corner a little bit too hard, got loose.
And how about Kyle Busch in the Eldon Ford? The 16-year-old stayed on the racetrack. We'll check in and see what that strategy could be or what's unfolding for Jack Roush and company. Could a 16-year-old win it? We'll find out in just a moment.
Can Kyle Busch make it all the way on fuel, Doc?
We'll find out in a moment. Getting set for the restart. Could Kyle Busch hold on and win in his 2nd ever start in NASCAR Craftsman Truck Competition? Ron Hornaday won in his 2nd start. Mark Martin won in his 2nd start as a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series driver, but
they weren't 16 years old.
They were not 16 years of age, exactly.
It's your mark. It's been a great job.
He's just, you see him wiggling right there. He's just trying to clean off his tires. That's a veteran move right there.
16 years, 3 months, and 16 days. In 2 weeks, he goes back to school. I can see the note now. Dear Mr. Roush, please excuse Kyle Busch from racing today. He has a history test. Here's Dennis Setzer moving the inside of the 73 truck of Lance Hooper. Let's check in the Kyle Busch pits and see if he can make it.
Well, here with crew chief Jeff Campy. Jeff, do you guys have to pit again? Can you make it on fuel?
We can make it. It's gonna be close. We'll be on fumes, but we can make it.
Oh, they're going for it, you guys. They want to give Ford their first win, and how exciting would it be for the young Kyle Busch?
Boy, Jeff Campy and company, and they've got a huge contingent of folks from Eldon here. Eldon Rubbermaid, the sponsor of his brother, Kurt Busch. NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year efforts, and Kyle Busch is the leader.
Better than him in 2, just parking a little bit more in 3.
Got a tough cat right there behind him, and Scott Riggs. You hear Kyle's spotter right now trying to coach him a little bit. You just want to hit your marks, stay on the bottom of the racetrack, and see what happens. Just try to keep that 2 truck behind you.
A veteran with 4 wins right behind him, chomping away.
This restart is going to be extremely critical right now. He's got a good truck on the inside, Coy Gibbs. Now, will Coy let him go, get down into turn 1 before Coy? He needs to get a good restart, Doc.
And Kyle Busch has pulled up across the top of the racetrack.
Got to be out of gas. Got to be out of gas.
And his truck has come to a halt as the caution comes back out with just 12 laps to go. Busch pulled up right in front of Riggs to the high side of the racetrack.
Unbelievable.
Let's check in their pits. Amy, what's going on?
He's out of fuel. Can you believe that? That must have been the biggest miscalculation by Jeff Campy, because these caution laps should have been helping them, and we were still 10 laps from the end of this race. So he's out of fuel, you guys. They're going to have to go get him. The fuel man and the crew running down to try to help top him off. NASCAR is now telling them, no, you cannot send the fuel guy down there. You have to make the truck come down to pit lane, come into the pit box, and get the fuel here on pit lane.
Amy, one of the things that really worked against Kyle right there, even though this racetrack is not banked much, the fuel pickup is in the right rear corner of the fuel cell. So, and when he's riding around on the racetrack, even though it's only 4 degrees in the corners, the fuel that's running away from the pickup, he may actually have fuel in the fuel cell, but it's not getting to the pickup.
Unbelievable heartbreak for the 99 of Kyle Busch, as the wrecker backs up to Busch's car and will pull him down pit road. He was 12 laps away from possibly getting a win. There goes Scott Riggs by the stalled machine of Busch, and there is Timmy Cahuth, who is the crew chief for the Ultra Motorsports FarQuest Team ASE machine. Field passing by. Kurt Busch had led 17 laps.
I don't know why the tow truck is hooking up to the thing. All they need to do is push him. He's out of fuel. He doesn't need to be towed in. Just push him around the racetrack, push him to pit road.
On lap 31 at Richmond, Busch spun out. However, he was able to continue and eventually finish 22nd.
There is our leader, as we have a truck slamming the wall, hard into the wall, and a tire comes off and is bounding down the back straightaway in front of other traffic. That is Kyle Busch, the 16-year-old, and he hit it a ton.
That's about as hard as you can hit at South Boston Speedway.
Oh,
Kyle really hit that wall up.
He slammed it with the driver's side, front end, and in the back end, and he's moving around trying to get the window net down. Amy?
Well, just prior to that happening, we'd heard over the scanner that he was radioing to his crew saying that he had an extreme vibration. It seemed as though it was coming from the rear of the truck. Just about that time, the rear tire actually came off of the truck, and that is what launched him into the outside retaining wall there in 1 and 2. Very lucky young man, but he was on it. He knew he had a vibration. There was some trouble. They didn't even have time to think about what they could do before that tire came off, and he crashed.
Wow, and you can see that they pick it up there, and there's the damage on the front of the Eldon Ford for Kyle Busch. His 4th ever start. Talented young man, 16 years of age, a junior in high school out in Las Vegas. He's taken extra credits from this past summer so he can graduate next June. If we can show you what happened here just a moment ago. To bring out caution number 4.
See the sparks right? You see the tires already off the truck before he hit the wall, as Amy mentioned. It'd be interesting to see. You can see the wheel is still intact with the tires, so he either broke the wheel or the lug nuts came off or something like that.
As we check in now, Amy has caught up with Kyle Busch. Amy?
Well, things do happen here in a hurry, and that one snuck up on you, Kyle. First of all, you look okay, and that was a scary hit there in 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, I'm fine. It's all right. Just got on that restart and had a little vibration after I hit the wall from a lap truck, but you know, it's a tough break for the 99 Eldon Ford. We had a great run going. We were looking for a top 5, but luck didn't run our way today, and we ended up turned around in the front wall.
So now I would assume enough damage to where you're done for the night, right?
I haven't really had a chance to look at it, but I'm pretty sure we're done for the night.
All right, well, it's good to see that Kyle's okay, and we know he'll be back. We're hearing that he's going to be back full-time next year in that Roush Eldon Ford.
And the word is, Amy, that he has been cleared to practice next week at Texas, and then if he practices well by NASCAR's observers, he will be able to qualify and then possibly race. They take it one step at a time. Kevin Triple told us that's the NASCAR policy. Don't put someone in over their heads. He's just 16 years of age, and Texas is a very, very fast racetrack.
Well, it really is. But everything I've seen out of Kyle Busch right now, he's got an awful lot of talent. You know, he had no control over this. This had nothing to do with his talent. But I'm sure he'll be fine in practice at Texas and fine qualifying. And I think he'll do a great job in that truck in the race.
Indeed. Now he can only run 7 events, and this is his 4th start. He can only run 3 of the final 4. We're told he'll probably miss Phoenix, and they may have Greg Biffle back in the truck for Phoenix. We have 4 events remaining after this one tonight. We go to Texas, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and California. And here's a 99 truck. Oh, up into the wall. Tough break for Kyle Busch. Looked like he was going to try to keep it out of the wall, and it spun around and nosed into the outside concrete to bring out caution number 5.
As he was spinning around there, he made some contact with his teammate John Wood in the 50 truck. Didn't see what happened to John, but they definitely made some contact. There he is right there, unfortunately. Unbelievable for Roush Racing.
2 young drivers having great runs in Eldon Fords, identically painted. Numbers are different, both incredibly talented. And there's the Roush pit. God bless. Well, Max, my heavens, what kind of break is that? We got 2 trucks running in the top 7, and they both go out at the same time. Looks like the radiator may be gone in the front of that Eldon Ford for John Wood.
See Ricky Hendrick on the outside right there. Just got loose on the inside there. He was on the inside of Ricky Hendrick, lost some air on the spoiler, got loose, and you see him just catch John Wood's left rear quarter panel, and into the outside wall he went, and John Wood was not able to regain control and hit the inside wall, it looked like, coming off of turn number 2.
Well, we told you that Kyle Busch was having a great run, running in 2nd and 3rd and 4th spot in the first 55 or so laps, and now he is behind the wall. I believe Amy has caught up with him.
Thanks, Jerry. And Kyle, you were having a great run. Just prior to the crash, though, we saw you had a little contact with the outside wall there in turn 4. Was the truck handling starting to go away from you, or was the crash maybe some contact with another driver?
No, not at all. The truck was running great. I just can't thank the Roush Racing Eldon Office Products guys enough. I mean, we had a really good run going coming off of 4. Stan Boyd came up a little bit when Crawford and I were going by and forced me into the fence cut from the oil drive, but I don't think I hit the fence. I didn't feel no scuff or nothing, but we went off into turn 1, and Ricky got a great run coming off the corner because I had to lift and get on the brakes and got on the outside of us, and all I can say is air.
All right, you guys, and this is a learning curve for young Kyle Busch. He had to learn the draft. He had to learn about aero tight, aero pushes. And you know what? Let's remember something. This is the younger brother of Kurt Busch, and he had some mishaps early, but look where he is now. So promising future for the young Kyle Busch.
Great point, Amy. Exactly. His brother, very talented, doing awfully well in Winston Cup. Finished 2nd here in the Truck Series points last year. Runner up to his teammate Greg Biffle, and of course won the Rookie of the Year. Talking about Kurt Busch. 3rd place truck was the 1. Now the 99 getting up a little racy. That's Kyle Busch making a pass, or trying to make a pass on Musgrave.
On the outside. Outside groove has really come in well during this race. You see Brendan Gaughan, he's able to keep Rick Crawford behind him, or beside him at any rate. Kyle Busch is able to make the pass. Ted Musgrave's trying to pull back on the inside of him.
Kyle Busch looking to run full time next year with the Jack Roush Racing Stable, Max Jones and company. Boy, he's been impressive in just 6 starts. He can only run 1 more race this year. That'll be the finale in California. They will have Greg Biffle in this truck.
be able to preserve Kyle Busch's rookie status. Biffle will drive it at Phoenix coming up a week from Friday.
Greg Biffle, a winner this year in that truck at Nazareth, Pennsylvania. A dominating performance. So it's an awfully good truck. Jeff Lampe and all his guys do a great job week in, week out, and they've got Kyle Busch running up front right now.
Biffle only led 192 and 200 laps that day.
Well, then it wasn't very dominating.
No, he did it all. We'll have Greg back. We look forward to having Greg, the reigning NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, back in that truck at Phoenix coming up a week from Friday. Teenage sensation Kyle Busch had made the most of his 5 starts in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. A qualifying spin at IRP would not keep him from logging a top 10 in his first career start. At Chicago, he looked to win it all until his fuel pickup failed, leaving him stranded and out of contention. At Richmond, the ride was rough as he spun through the infield grass, settling for a 27th place finish. Another Virginia short track presented problems as a loose tire at South Boston resulted in hard contact with the outside wall. His first superspeedway event ended in contact with the Texas wall. Today, he returns to his Las Vegas roots, just a few feet away from his short track home. And there's Kyle Busch. And we mentioned he cut his teeth on the 3/8 mile short track just off of turn 2 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He's the hometown hero. 6th start in the NASCAR Craftsman Trucks. Best finish is 9th at IRP, although he could have won Chicago with a little more fuel. Look at 74 wins and 144 Legends car starts. He's won 10 of 15 late model starts this year, and very excited about what could happen in 2002, running full time for Max Jones and Jack Roush Racing here in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
1 year ago, Kurt Busch dominated this race right here in California in the number 99 truck, and his 16-year-old younger brother Kyle had hoped to do so today. But there was a little bit of a problem. You see this signage right up here behind me? Well, there's a problem with the master settlement agreement between the tobacco industries and the sponsor of tomorrow's kart race. The big problem is because Kyle's only 16, he's not eligible to race today, and that really broke his heart. He had hoped to be a competitor today here at California, but he will not race. Now, there are many, many more issues to be decided right here, but the one thing that is already definitive is that Kyle Busch will not watch this race from behind the cockpit. He will do it watching on television.
In the 6 races Busch started in his first season, he got a best start of 3rd place at Las Vegas and a best finish of 9th at both Indianapolis Raceway Park and Las Vegas. Busch also led 7 laps during this season.